The opinions expressed are those of the program host and guest and are not those of WSTU. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. The phone lines are open. Call in with your questions and comments at 220-9788. That's 220-WSTU. It's time for Stuart Laser Talk with your host, Dr. Tred J. Rosacker.
I'm 5'10" and 242 pounds.
I always say this is the biggest I'm ever going to be, and I said that like 20 pounds ago.
A third of Americans are obese, another third is overweight.
Obesity is the biggest threat to the health, welfare, and future of this country.
I've always been overweight.
I've got diabetes.
Sleep apnea, heart disease.
Everything's hurting now.
It's a lot easier to lose weight than it is to keep weight off.
This is probably going to be the first generation of children who are going to have a shorter life expectancy than their parents.
18% of our children right now are obese.
It's not only health, it's about survival and well-being of the United States as a nation.
You don't crave broccoli, and our generation has grown up craving a Big Mac.
I want to think that there's something better for me.
Unless we're able to control this epidemic, we're going to have an abundance of chronic disease.
All of us have to be part of the solution to reduce obesity.
The weight of the nation is out of control, but we can fix that.
If we don't now take this as a really urgent national priority, we are all going to pay a really serious price.
Obesity will crush the United States in oblivion.
Okay. My name is Dr. Tred Rosacker, and I am the owner, the doctor, and a client at my Slim Body Laser Spa of Stuart. The Slim Body Laser Spa of Stuart is located on East Ocean Boulevard. That's 2311 Southeast Ocean Boulevard, right across the street from the Fresh Market at the intersection of Monterey Road and East Ocean Boulevard. It's in a freestanding building called the Carmela's Pizza Restaurant and Chef's Table. I have one of those occupy one of their buildings within that parking lot. There's a beautiful fountain in the front. It's a white deck that surrounds the front of the spa. It's kind of colored I think it's a lime green right now. It was orange, but now it's lime green. But it's a beautiful building. It used to be the Haagen-Dazs, and then it was a real estate, and it was renovated, and we took it over about 10 years ago. And it's been a wonderful location for the spa. You can come out, sit on the deck, wait for your turn. You don't have to come inside. We do have a hand wash station, and right in the front on the deck, it's a big sink that you'd have in a garage, and you can wash your hands before you come into the spa in case you're concerned about cross-contamination. I just want to thank everybody that's helped me bring my vision of healing and health and easy weight loss to Stuart, Florida, to this Treasure Coast area. I've been doing this now for 11 years. We missed our 10-year anniversary because of COVID, but we're going to have our 10th year on our 11th year. And who would have believed that in less than 11 years, I would have taken care of over 6,000 people, 6,000 wonderful friends, clients, patients, people that came from the radio, people that came from our workshops that we've done around town, and also the all the events, the food events, the fairs, the these events where people come and gather. We've been at the Civic Center. We've been over at the seafood festivals. We've been at the Art in the Park. We've been at the Bridge Road Art Fair. We've been part of the the Arts Council here in Stuart, right over by the courthouse. I mean, when January to March comes around, we're busy every single weekend. And we've built a heck of a business and practice by being out and meeting people. And you'll remember us because it's my wife who's out there, and she's the Asian girl. Number one, they call her. And they remember her because she's consistent. You got to say, she's out there telling people about the importance of body fat and getting rid of it. And so, I would never believe that I had over 6,000 people have been served in less than 10 years. If I had to go back to that first day, I was introduced to the laser body contouring system. I never would have guessed that I'd be dominating the South Florida market with the best, most effective non-surgical body sculpting and laser weight loss, laser assisted weight loss available. I mean, it was something that I had picked up at a seminar I was at, and I just didn't realize the value in it because of how much people desire to feel better and to look better. You know, I was actually, the technology I'm using is seen on TV. It's in newspapers, it's on billboards and magazines. This new fat blasting technology we use at the Slim Body Laser Spa is being endorsed by the doctors, Rachel Ray, CNN, and many others. You know, as a practicing doctor of chiropractic, I have practiced natural health care for over 33 years, and I have witnessed many of the failures of weight loss programs and these get thin quickly gimmicks. You know, they're a dime a dozen. Just go online and put in weight loss, and you'll see the TikTok videos and the YouTube videos of people selling and promoting their media influencers, they call them now. They're just people with a camera trying to sell something, you know, a pill, a program, a keto handout, something. And it shocks me how difficult it is to really grab onto foundational principles when it comes to weight loss and losing body fat. You know, there are foundations that are critically important that you understand those in order to be successful at it. And most of those foundations, they're on the internet, but they're hard to find because everybody is selling something. They're selling some product, some, you know, click here, some clickbait, some kind of, I'm an affiliate marketer for something I know nothing about, you know, so beware on the internet. However, it's also a great place to be introduced to things and to rule out the scammers. You know, we have an incredible internet presence at the slimbodylaserspa.com. And when you see it, it's all honest reviews from people that have gone on to Google and have logged in and have shared their review. I think there's over 150 5-star reviews we have, one after another. And we also have the before and after pictures. We have 60 love letters, testimonials from people that have been into the spa and have shared their testimonial on an 8x10 signed card with their face and then their signature, not their body parts, just their results. And you can see those on our website under the drop-down box, love letters. And you click through those, and those are actual people, and you'll probably see people there you recognize since we're local here in the Stewart area. So, you know, this technology's out there, but nobody really took it to the level that I have at the Slim Body Laser Spa. When I saw that machine in 2010 and I saw that it could reduce inches laying on your back without dieting or exercise, I knew it had some value to people that struggle with weight loss. Not the person who goes to the gym and can lose the inches and lose weight, you know, daily. These are the people, we need people that are struggling. The person who is hopeless, that's thrown up their arms to weight loss because they just can't seem to change it, or the effort to get it off and consistently keep it off is more effort than it is, you know, just to deal with being overweight. You know, that's what happens. You get to this point where to lose weight and exercising is so strenuous. It takes so much of your time, and that when you reach that goal and you fall off the diet, it comes back again. And then you're completely frustrated by this, they call it yo-yo dieting, but I would tell you it's the way the human body is designed to function, which is to crave sugar and fat over healthy food because that makes fat faster. It craves you to overeat as much as you can while it's in front of you because your ancestors, the food didn't last that long. They didn't have food all the time, so they had to eat a lot when they had a chance. And they were also going into a time of almost no food called the winter, right? Winter is for most humans is a starvation. And if you're lucky enough to survive the winter, you've stored enough food somewhere. You know, remember, animals bury food. Squirrels bury the nuts. Dogs bury bones in case they have to come back to it. The lions chase the herds They follow them for food. The herds follow the weather because they need the grass to grow, so they move in and out with the rains. But humans, we're different. We have an ability to actually store calories within our body, within our under the skin in the form of body fat, and we're quite good at it. The average body fat of a human is about 20%. 20% of your weight is average, should be fat. If in the animal kingdom, that would be morbidly obese for an animal to carry around 20 to 30% body fat. They wouldn't even be able to function. Most mammals, our closest ancestors, are carrying, 3 to 5% body fat. A chimpanzee or an ape or a primate is all muscle, very little fat, because they rely on muscular strength to survive. A human is more fat than muscle, and because we don't rely on strength to survive. We can't fight a group of chimpanzees, trust me. One chimp would throw 10 humans around like rag dolls. But we have the ability to hide. We're smart enough to know when to pick a fight, and so we go off and we hide. And we can hide a long time because we carry our food with us. It's in our body. You don't have to hide, come out from underneath the cave or the tree you're hiding in to try to get food because you're going to die tomorrow if you don't. You have about 3 months worth of stored food within your body, stored energy in the form of glycogen, and that's the body's form of stored glucose. It's called glycogen. Your body can also cannibalize its own muscle tissue to give you energy and to give you calories if you need to. And at the end of losing the glycogen and the muscle being degraded, then we go into actually burning fat stores. So it's natural for us to put on weight. It's natural for us to lose weight very quickly and then to re-put the weight on again the next year. And it's healthy for us to do that. What's very unhealthy for a human to do is to put on 10 or 20 pounds and never get rid of it year after year after year after year. This is the problem. It's called having a winter that's caloric positive. That's what they call it in nutrition. In other words, winters are designed to be calorie deprived. And for that reason, we lose weight in the winter from the weight we put on in the spring and in the summer and the fall when food is plentiful. And then in the winter, we burn away those calories. And let me see if I can shut that off. Okay. I love when people call me during my Facebook Live. I hope it's not my staff. Anyway, so for that reason, we're going to constantly be dealing with this fat issue. Okay. This is not going to go away. You're not going to overcome it and be able to eat what you want and do the things that, have led to this weight gain. And because it will always come back again, and you'll be running this yo-yo of dieting and losing weight and dieting. But again, dieting and losing weight and then putting weight back on and losing it again, that's a lot better than never getting the weight off. Because if you don't get the weight off, if you put on 20 pounds in your 30s or 40s and you carry it through into your 50s or 60s or 70s, mark my word, it will make you sick. It will create knee problems. It will create inflammation. It creates type 2 diabetes. It creates blood sugar issues, carrying the weight around. It affects your breathing, your ability to breathe deeply because of the fat fills up your chest, your abdominal cavity. It leads to improper blood sugar balance, where you're craving food to feel better. So you get on this thing where you don't feel better unless you're eating because you're storing too much body fat. And then, of course, we start being put on medications most of the time in our 40s with blood pressure. And then in our 50s, it turns into blood pressure, cholesterol, and a lot of you out there, it will be high blood sugar, which leads to what we call type 2 diabetes. And this heart disease and this cancer risk and stroke and diabetes is all hyper increased when you're carrying too much body fat. That's really one of the main reasons to get rid of fat. I know it looks bad, and I know you want to fit into your bathing suits, and you're worried about your date or your spouse finding somebody younger and with a better figure, but it's all really about being healthy. If your body fat is going over 20 to 25%, you are at risk of having health problems, more so than if you didn't. And one of the problems with health problems, the problem with health problems are they're really hard to get rid of once you have it. Modern medicine is selling you and I and the whole world a belief that all you really need to do is have good health insurance, go get a physical, exam every year, keep your blood pressure low with medications or cholesterol low with meds, and you're not going to have any health problems. For the most part, that's just not true. And if you do have a health problem, that medicine will somehow save you. Medicine will come to the rescue with the new latest medication and fix something. Now, they can do that with your knee. Maybe if you replace your knee joint or your shoulder now or hip joints, but they haven't done anything to replace kidney malfunctions or liver dysfunction or heart disease. They have not done anything to fix that. Okay. When you come in with heart disease or pre-cancer problems or high blood sugar and you're diabetic and your cholesterol is high, the only real solution they have is to give you medicines to stop those, to lessen the symptomatology, to lessen the blood pressure, to lower the cholesterol, without really addressing the cause of the problem, which with a lot of you is bad habits, eating the wrong foods, not exercising regularly, and not being mindful of your weight. We all have the get out of jail card, right? 20s, 30s, and 40s, everything just kind of bounces off. The alcohol kind of runs out of your body, and the body fat comes off real easy, and you're able to overeat pizzas and things like that. And if you carry those habits into your 40s and 50s and 60s, you're going to be a burden to somebody. Trust me. You're going to be sick. You're not going to be able to take care of your health. You're going to be, spending your days at the hospital, at the doctor, having your feet checked and looking for neuropathy and all the problems that come with diabetes and high blood sugar. And you could have changed it if you did something today. So here's my my tip to you. Today's about how to make changes and what it takes to make a change. I have a process, a program that you can sign up for at my laser spa. And in 3 weeks, you can lose 3 to 9 inches of fat, of stubborn fat in circumference. 3 to 4 inches, pretty easy. The other ones, you have to have more fat to do that. And also be given a nutritional program, which is specific for you, the types of food you like to eat, how much you should eat, your quantity amount per day is calculated by a BMR, so you know how much food to intake. And then you understand the difference between the food groups. What's a protein? What's a carbohydrate? What's a good carb? What's a bad carb? How much sugar can I have? How much protein should I have? And these are numbers which are easily, readily available if you learn how to read labels, but you need to know the basics of it. And they're just not teaching you the basics. So if you come into the spa and sign up for our program, you're almost guaranteed weight loss. You are guaranteed inch loss. You're given a nutritional plan, and you've got 4 weeks to really focus on losing body fat. And when you think about how hard it is to do on your own, to decide you want to lose weight, so you maybe you join a gym that you're not comfortable with, or you hurt your back as soon as you start working out, you hurt your knee and you don't want to go back, or maybe you've decided to sign up for Nutrisystem or one of these food delivery services because you really don't want to take the time to learn about food. You just figure it's better just to buy it and it comes in these boxes and has to be prepackaged and pre-made every day. You got to bring it with you when you go to people's houses. You really you got to get trained. You need these lessons on nutrition, should be just as important as lessons on finances, on lessons on how to bathe, how to take care of your outer body, how to take a shower, how to brush and floss your teeth, how much you need to know about food and what you're putting in your body. It's that important, because if you pick the wrong foods, if you eat too much of good foods, if you skip meals and have a very haphazard habit of eating, you're most likely going to be obese. You're going to have health problems, and you're going to blame it on everybody and everything other than what's going into your mouth. Because we see it all the time. It's ever since I hurt my knee, I've gained weight. Ever since I stopped smoking, I've gained weight. Ever since I got married and I settled down, I put on weight because of the wife, because of cooking. COVID caused me to gain weight. Everybody's blaming COVID, but not the fact that they're home overeating. So we need help, and that's what the Slim Body Laser Spa does. People would come to my office, before I had the laser, which, is not a problem today because we've been doing it now for 11 years. But when I was in practice, people would come by my office and they were frustrated because they've tried everything to lose problem fat, but have gotten nowhere. I too struggled with losing weight before I got this laser, by the way. They told me they were subjected to crash diets, the so-called 500 calorie a day diet. Anybody try that one? The injections in the belly or the drops, the HCG, expensive meal plans, home deliveries, daily meetings. There is the Weight Watchers, dangerous injections, HCG, and medications such as amphetamine and the things prescribed by the doctor, or going to a program that signs you up for a whole bunch of supplements that you have to take as part of your weight loss program. Handfuls of supplements. That's the quick weight loss model. They say it's 50% off, or, off of all their plans, off their weight loss plan. But as they say at the bottom, supplements are excluded. Their program is supplementation. And of course, teaching you about food, restricting calories, giving you some handouts on that. They sell appetite suppressant, little sippy drinks and flavored things you put in water, to appetite suppressants. They're just not sustainable, and they'll work only temporarily because they're not lifestyle changes. So I'm really skeptic when it comes to weight loss. I always have been. I needed a guarantee that the program is ironclad. And I think I found that with the Slim Body Laser Spa, this machine we're using. We give a 3-inch money back guarantee. If you don't lose 3 inches in 3 weeks, we give you money back, because I'm very confident that it works. So listen to this. 5 years ago, I was introduced to a cool laser solution for millions of people who have failed. 10 years ago. I'm dating myself here. I was introduced to a laser solution for millions of people who have failed at dieting, exercise, and weight loss plans. This fast and effective new method may be exactly what you're looking for. I attended a seminar in West Palm Beach, the North American Low-Level Laser Conference, and they demonstrated a machine called the Lapex BCS. Now, this is the machine I'm currently using. The BCS stands for Body Contouring System. Its sponsors claimed it could remove unwanted belly fat, arm fat, back fat, under the chin, thighs, and improve and tighten skin in only 30 minutes without surgery or pain, while a patient lies on their back and listens to music. That's what was claimed to me. As unbelievable as it sounded, I saw it with my own eyes on that same day. I measured one person who lost 3 inches off his belly in only one treatment. I measured him myself, you guys. Another person lost the fat under her chin in only 10 minutes. It looked like a mini facelift. This was all at this seminar. It was explained to me that the laser energy that comes out of this machine, when applied to the body, safely causes microscopic pores to form in the fat cells. As the fatty acids leak out from those holes, they are absorbed by the body and then burned as energy or removed from the body safely and naturally. It's true that diet and some exercise help the process to be more sustaining, but they're not required. Of course, I bought the laser. And for the last 10 years, people from the South Florida area have come to see me for help. If you've been frustrated before and you failed at weight loss, then my FDA cleared lipo laser could be the answer for you. I know you want to get the fat off safely with no downtime, and we have a wonderful service at an exceptional fee. So call for a free consultation. My staff is both friendly and warm, and we try our best to make you feel at home. I invite you to call us today at 772-223-5885, or you can go online to slimbodylaserspa.com and click on the contact page. We'll also mention a $49 discovery day. If you call up this week before September, you can get the $49 discovery day. And this is for the first visit of our regular 9-session lipo plan for only $49. The regular price is $311. I have torn down the barrier for you to be able to achieve the look you want at a price you can afford. You got nothing to lose by coming in and trying it. It's no obligation to become a client, but you get to try it for that $49 discovery day. And all you have to do is go online, slimbodylaserspa.com, put in Dr. Tread, click on the contact link, set up a consultation. You'll be glad that you did it. So I want to go over what it takes to get somebody to make a change. We all have people we love. I remember when I was younger and I was making some bad choices as far as my health goes. And I remember my mom just absolutely not being able to help me. The harder she tried to help me, the more I kind of pulled away, because she'd been doing that her whole life, is fixing everything for me. And I wasn't ready to have her fix that, I guess. So it was really hard for her to understand that she was the last person I would follow advice from. But I followed most of my advice from her, but it sure didn't seem that way at the time. So what I find in chiropractic, what brings a person in for care is when they're in an enormous amount of pain. For many of you out there, the pain just hasn't gotten great enough. You're still not suffering enough to make the choice to come in and spend money and handle the problem. Right? When you suffer enough, you'll go. And there's an old saying, a stitch in time saves 9. Well, it sure works that way with healthcare. If you can get in and get in early and treat these problems when they first arise and you're first getting some symptomatology, very minor, or you see what's happening with some biomarkers, tests you do, blood work, body fat analysis, resting caloric intake, you find out your numbers. If you do something early, it's going to cost less, it's going to be more effective, and you'll probably never manifest into a full disease process. But if you wait and take the med and don't make the changes because you believe in some way that the medicine is helping you and not fixing, and you're not losing the weight, you haven't cleaned up your diet, you're not exercising anymore, you're going to eventually have pain. It's going to come. And when the pain comes, and you go to the doctor and you're looking for help, typically your problem has maybe been there 5 or 10 years, manifesting, under the surface. So you can't expect the doctor just to get rid of it. So if you wait for pain, sometimes it's too late. In fact, the number one symptom of a heart attack, higher than all the other, chest pain, pain in the left neck, pain in the left side, gripping pain in the chest. The number one symptom is death. 40% of the people that suffer cardiac problem will have death as their symptom, the first warning. All the other ones are lucky. So pain is the number one reason people come in When the suffering is great enough, they'll come in with pain. It's also a great motivating factor. If you've got kids at home or teenagers or people you're trying to influence to make some changes in their life that are appropriate for their age where they are, without pain at home, without some suffering, without some uncomfortability, they're really less likely to leave home. Why would they? You know, it's only when you realize you're not getting your needs met, you're having pain, social pain you don't want to bring your 30-year-old girlfriend over because you're still living at home. You know, these are pain points that cause people to change. Now, the other thing that can cause somebody to change is the love and the affection of their loved ones. In other words, a lot of people go to the doctors because their loved ones have asked them to do something, you know, to take better care of themselves. You know, and this can be very effective. It can be a wife, it can be children. In addiction, they use these focus groups where they get together and they sit down with somebody. It's called an intervention, and they explain to them that, you know, there's penalties to be paid with your behavior if you continue. If you want help, we'll support you and get you help. And they sit down and talk to them together in a family, and that can be very effective. And you have to look at somebody who's morbidly obese as having the same sickness and the same health risk that somebody who's hooked on opiates. I mean, you know, that's hooked on medications, and you see them dying because if you're overweight and you're eating and you're not able to control this, you know, you're dying too. And you need to sit down and work with somebody and get them into a program as quickly as possible. Now, the other part that works temporarily is bribing people. You can bribe kids. I'll tell you, I remember being at a very young, tender age of 14 or 15, and I really couldn't afford the money it cost to buy a new water ski. I wanted an O'Brien competitor water ski, and my mom knew that, and she bribed me to go to a weekend seminar in Tampa of a healing and health seminar called Concept Therapy, which meant a lot to her, but didn't mean much to me when I was 16 years old. But I'll tell you, I wanted that water ski, and I went and I listened. And today, thank God she made that effort, because I got a water ski out of the deal. And I also went to one of these very, you know, it's a whole weekend class I agreed to go to. So you can bribe people to a certain extent. Punishment, it doesn't really work when it comes to, you know, getting somebody to make a change. And by punishing them, you know, energy is energy, and negative energy is just as readily liked as positive energy, believe it or not. Just watch your children, and they'll scream for attention, whether it's good or bad. Now, with that said, the mindset, if you want to make a change, the easiest way to make a change in something that you need to do is to think of the repercussions if you don't do it. So let's use paying income tax as an example. Nobody likes to pay income tax. Nobody likes to have money taken out every month, every week, but we do it. Why? Because we don't want the pain of not doing it. You know, if you look at how much effort it takes, it's terrible. And if you had to start from just the effort of it, you wouldn't do it. It's kind of like, you know, deciding to go on a diet program. It's going to be difficult, and the results are going to come very slowly. And if you think about having to go to the gym and make all these efforts at the school, you know, at the nutrition, and when you're eating out, it seems like you don't want to do it because it seems too much. But look at what happens if you don't do it. You're going to be overweight, and you're going to die from obesity. And it's a slow death. It's not a quick death. It's slow, painful, and tiring. It runs you down, and then it kills you. You know, why do we eat better? Why do I exercise? Because I know what's going to happen if I don't. Why do I went to a chiropractor and committed to a 3-month treatment plan to fix my back? Why did I do that? Because I knew that if I didn't treat it and fix it, the end result was going to be I'm going to be disabled in some kind of wheelchair, walking around with a wooden leg, for crying out loud. I see it happen to other people. Or I can go to the chiropractor, just keep it one day at a time. I'll go today and I'll make another appointment next, I'll do what I need to do because I don't want the end result. So think of the penalty if you don't do it. That's usually a pretty good motivating way to make a positive change for many of you out there. All right. So you're listening to, for those who just tuned in or people tune in and out of radio, this is the Slim Body Laser Spa Health and Wellness Show. I'm using an FDA-cleared lipo laser. It's new lipo laser technology for you to lie on your back, listen to music, and lose inches of stubborn fat immediately following the laser application. 9 sessions in 3 weeks. You can lose about a ½ inch to an inch each session. That's how people lose 6 to 9 inches at the spa. You lay on your back for 30 minutes. The girls put the laser on. There's no pain. There's no downtime. There's no heat involved. It doesn't burn. It's very safe. And then what they'll do is and then you'll go into the vibration room where you stand on basically a jiggle machine, which helps you with circulation, burns those calories in 10 minutes. It also tightens skin. And then you just eat properly. Eat a common sense, smart nutrition. Know your body fat analysis. Know your BMR, how many calories you can eat. And remember that the day you come in for the laser, you have to eat 500 calories less because you're getting that food from your belly fat, not from the dinner table. And after 3 weeks, and you've been through the process, our average inch loss is 6 to 9 inches. And we are 99% successful in those we sign up and work with. And what happens is some need more areas than others. Some have larger areas to treat. It's for that reason we have the alumni. Now, the alumni is a 66% discount on laser services for the rest of our life. As long as we're there and open, you can come in and take advantage of more sessions at a sharp discount than you started when you first began treatment with us. And that's a gift. It's a perk that you earn by becoming a client. And then you can always come in. We've been there now 11 years. We have people that have been coming in since we opened because they find that they like alcohol and they don't like to be so darn disciplined, and coming to the laser spa every couple months to get rid of the extra accumulated fat is a better choice than being so perfect in their habits. Imagine that. I believe that once your weight and your nutrition is intact and it's proper, that the lipo laser can take off 30% of those extra calories that you choose to eat, those empty calories, the alcohol, the sugar, the drinks. That's why it's become so popular with the lipo laser. And it's a kickstart. It's a start for people that want to get started. They want to lose fat. They want to lose weight, and they want to be successful. They demand success, not just an empty promise and another internet sale with some clickbait that you clicked on that's going to cause you to lose weight. Hire somebody to do it. You have a child who maybe is struggling with math skills, algebra, trigonometry, way beyond your league from your high school days. Are you going to leave it up to them to find it online to learn these skills? Or are you going to hire them a tutor, someone that knows the deal? It's going to cost a little bit of money, but it's going to be worth it because your child will get the deal. They'll get the truth. And they'll learn something quickly instead of just wasting time. The amount of time that is wasted on empty promises from loved ones to lose weight that decide this is the day I'm going to do it, or I'm going to do it at the New Year's, or I'm going to wait is what is it? The road perdition is lined with bodies. I think it is promises and empty promises. Hire somebody, join a program, come into the Slim Body Laser Spa. Allow us to take care of you. That's what we do for a small fee. Of course, but then a servant is worthy of his hire, in my opinion. All right. 772-223-5885. We're located in Stewart on East Ocean Boulevard, right across from the Fresh Market. Consultations are available today. Okay. This is a quick 10-minute introduction to the types, to the 5 basic types of personalities. Now, your personality is your personality. It's how you deal with money. It's how you deal with friends. It's how you deal with food. It's how you deal with safety. It has a lot to do with, you know, what you think is important as far as cleaning goes. It's our personality. Everybody has a very unique personalities, but you know, there's a lot of parts of your personality which are very common that everybody has. And you'll laugh when you see this because you'll realize that they really do have these personalities. Now, one of the issues with personalities is your body type, the type of body you carry, whether it's a muscular body, bony, you know, tall and thin like osseous, a thoracic, which would be like a movie star or a politician, abdominal, someone that's very large in their abdomen, a cerebral, which would be the eggheads, the thinkers. These body types respond to certain physical activities better than others do. And once you understand this, suppose you're looking for somebody with a job. You own a business and you want to put the best person at the front desk. You want someone that's a receptionist. Okay. You want somebody who is task oriented, who can do the numbers, who can do the accounting, but it's also good with people, you know, and you would really be looking at a cerebral or an osseous body type, bone, long arms. They're better at doing that type of work. A muscular person is a person that's much better at physical labor. They'll be miserable if you don't give them something that has to do with physical body. Like as a doctor, when I work with someone who's muscular and they need to do something they want to do at home, they're like, give me stuff to do at home. I want to exercise at home. You know, they're muscular. So I give them exercises. If I do that to the long, thin person, the osseous person, the bony guy who's really tall and thin, their muscles aren't as developed. They're going to be miserable if you give them exercises because they hate exercise. That's why they're thin and skinny. The muscular loves exercises. The abdominal person who's all abdomen, you know, with a big belly, they have a very different belief about exercise. They don't like to exercise, and they don't like to change their food either because they're abdominal. So there's a lot of different things you can understand from this. I hope there's enough time to go into it. I'm going to go over a few of them, what I've learned. So this is about getting people better, the basic personality types. So the 5 basic types of personalities explores the implications of the correspondence between the mind and its physical representation. So we all have a mind that thinks, and we also have a body that the mind lives in. To the trained observer, what we are is sculptured throughout our body and actions for all to see. That is, for all who have eyes trained to see. So you can tell a lot about a person's habits by their body type. The ability to read and understand physical body types offers, under most conditions, the advantage of predicting to a large degree another's general disposition and behavior. Once you're armed with this knowledge, you will have a potent competitive edge over others who must guess their way through life or let things happen as they might. Without knowledge, a person's body will shout to you what the personality within is, what it wants, and what you must do to form a trusting and harmonious relationship. That is, to become en rapport with that person. So let's get on with it. So the first one we have is an abdominal personality type. A physical characteristics of somebody who's abdominal, I think, is pretty obvious. Their general form is round. Their body is rounded with sloping shoulders. They almost look like a bay window. Their head and face, round, baby-like, chubby, pleasant looking. Extremities, small, compact, and tapering. Their bones can be small, baby-like bones, as evidenced by X-ray. The abdominal person's outgoing characteristic is they are easygoing, jovial, heavy-set, pleasantly plump, sloping shoulders, and they enjoy leisure and rest. Most abdominal people are comfortable with their finances. They are most trustworthy type. They are generous with his or her money. They don't complain about prices as long as he or she has the money to pay for it. You can always tell an abdominal person who doesn't have money because they'll be poorly dressed. It's hard to dress a very heavy person, and it's expensive. As a client or a customer, an abdominal person enjoys soft chairs, pleasant surroundings, luncheon or dinner business meetings. They like to tell a joke in the middle of negotiations. Abdominal. They enjoy rich, highly seasoned food. They live to eat. Appetite is always good. They also know the best restaurants in town. Their preferences in hobbies and entertainment, minimum mental or physical exertion. They enjoy movies, television, card games, the pool, travel, fishing, and sailing. They're usually a spectator in sports. Their occupation. Abdominal people make a good boss, a restaurant or store owner, good superintendent, good salesman. All right, so they're relaxed, easygoing, very sensitive, easily offended, but a great forgiver. As an employee, they're very trustworthy with finances. They work well with figures, accounting, well suited for collection of money. Most common ailments with an abdominal person, as you could guess, are stomach problems, digestive disorders, heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, problems of the circulatory system, and they are usually overweight. All right. Obviously, there's not enough time to go over all the different personalities here. We have the muscular personality type. These are muscular people. They like to work hard in games. The relationships are very goal-oriented. They have an attitude of winning. That's all that counts. With a muscular person, dollar sign is paramount. They're thrifty to frugal, conservative, always ready to drive a bargain. I know when a muscular finds a pair of pants they like, they buy 5 pairs, all in different colors because they're done shopping. They're always looking for a bargain. Food and eating habits. They demand solid energy food. When entertaining a muscular at dinner, order a big steak and plenty of potatoes. They enjoy anything out of doors. The harder, the better. Loves health clubs for strenuous exercise. Muscular takes pride in being physically fit. They're conservative. They have an eye for economy. They enjoy sports clothes and casual wear. Not much interested in style or fashion. That's the muscular. The osseous is a very thin, bony, angular person. Their fingers are long. Their hands and feet are long digits, bony and awkward. They're deliberate. Their characteristics, they're cautious, they're pessimistic, they're persistent. An osseous personality will appear either awkward or aristocratic and has a straight, bony, rectangular form with long extremities. Financially, they can be conservative to stingy, very slow to invest. They're the second most trustworthy type. They're scrupulous in business affairs. They don't take risks. They're capable of holding on to money. They may not become rich, but will have his or her first dime they ever earned. These are bony, tall, osseous people. They're slow to respond, and they like to think it over, even to sleep on it before making a decision. Once convinced, they are sold for life and will continue to do business with you indefinitely. Food is not a major concern for this type. They find pleasure in solitude, enjoy walks in the park, quiet times, and movies. Their best occupation for an osseous is a banker, a lawyer, a merchant, a farmer, bookkeeper, and accountant. They're most trustworthy type in handling money. They're shrewd investors. How do they dress? Their style is unimportant if quality is durable. Their handshake is cordial but reserved. They're calm and deliberate. So those are tall, thin people. The cerebral person has a heart-shaped head. These are the people that are smaller in nature. Their general form is small. Their body appears fragile, somewhat flat-chested. Their extremities are short and slight. Now, cerebral are retiring, intellectually superior people. Their cerebrum is the biggest part of their head. That's why they have a heart-shaped head. Geniuses are among this type, but the muscular and thoracic types get the credit. Cerebral like to live indoors. Their work is primary, with financial returns being only secondary. They may be late for an appointment, but once into it, they will pay to every detail. There's also preferences in hobbies and entertainment. They prefer indoor for all activities. They prefer reading a good book or even spectator sports rather than an active. And that would be cerebral. Now, the next one would be, so those are the ones that we're talking: abdominal, thoracic, muscular, osseous, and cerebral. I'm a thoracic type, which is a kite-shaped body. They're more of the entertainers, educators, politicians. So, thoracics they make good money. They lose it just as fast. They don't mind. They're always get ready to make money again. So if you'd like to know more about the first basic types of personalities, I'm holding it up here in front of my Facebook live feed. You can also go online and ask me I can send you a link to where you can buy this copy. It's a very easy workbook to know. I've only jumped into it very briefly here, just get you thinking about it. But it's a very important lesson to know about basic types of personalities. All right, if you're interested in that $49 Discovery Day, come in, consultation, come in, check it out, 772-223-5885. My name is Dr. Tred Rissacker. My office is the Slim Body Laser Spa, and we're located on East Ocean Boulevard, across from the Fresh Market. We can help you today. Have a great day, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week.